Whether you know it or not, trauma impacts your business and your relationships every day. Still, many business owners, coaches, and service providers never fully unwrap and address their own trauma. And so it shows up in their own businesses. You may be thinking, I don't really have any trauma from my past. What happened to me isn't that bad. But in my experience, people who have zero trauma from the past are the exception and not the rule. You might have unchecked trauma running in your business if you find yourself deferring to others to avoid conflict, despite this being your business. So you struggle to grow in ways that feel like you're in integrity. If things take longer to get done because you don't trust your employees, you micromanage or take tasks back because you're a perfectionist, and so scaling your business and serving more people feels impossible. If you have difficulty reaching your revenue goals or never feel like your revenue is enough, if you feel trapped by your business, suffer from constant high-functioning anxiety, and feel like you just want to burn it all down and start over. If you have consistently poor boundaries with staff, your calendar, your customers, and your money, what makes it feel like the business is running you instead of you running it. It really hurts my heart because these are just some of the few ways that trauma can run amok in your business. And when it does, it prevents you from having the business freedom and revenue that you desire. I'm Nicole Lewis-Keeber. I'm a business therapist who works with entrepreneurs to create and nurture healthy relationships with their businesses. I'm a licensed clinical social worker with a master's in social work and rich experience working as a therapist. I've worked personally with Brené Brown, and I'm certified in both the Daring Way and the Dare to Lead methodologies. I created Do No Harm to help entrepreneurs become trauma-conscious entrepreneurs, and let me explain why. It's my mission to explore early childhood trauma and to illuminate its connection to how we live and work. The Do No Harm program was designed to help entrepreneurs and leaders learn how to run a trauma-free business that will help your people, your processes, and your profits. You do this by learning about past trauma and its impact. In doing so, you become more empowered to serve the people you're meant to serve in a deeper, more meaningful way, and to heal yourself as part of the process. As I was working with clients from all walks of life and business, I began to see a pattern. They were recreating trauma patterns from their childhood in their business. And then I realized that I was doing the exact same thing. We were all seeking a business solution for an emotional issue, and that's never going to work. So I rolled up my sleeves to dig into the research. And I quickly learned that there was not much specifically tying childhood trauma to entrepreneurship out there. So I accepted the challenge and became my own client. This led me to have conversations with over 200 entrepreneurs over the past 6 years to study the impact of trauma on entrepreneurship. My body of work included this one-of-a-kind research and self-study has turned into the Do No Harm program. Do No Harm covers many of the topics that impact our business and our lives, such as trust, boundaries, visibility, and money, and how to recognize how and where they show up in your business. As you learn more about how trauma seeps into your business, you'll see how you can make changes, often small shifts, to be more conscious of your own trauma and the trauma of others. Leading with the intention of doing no harm is transformational work, and I would have it no other way. Traditional business coaching would have you believe that every problem in your business can be solved with the right strategy, tactic, or tool. Before that will work, you first have to understand your relationship with your business, and that once you do, you will 10x the effectiveness of those strategies and tactics, because you will finally be able to get free of your old patterns and trauma responses. The Do No Harm program is virtual, so you decide when and where you will work through the content. This is important because the work is emotional and different for everyone. One of the foundational elements is to learn the difference between little t and big T trauma. How you identify if those suck-it-up moments you experienced in your past are actually affecting your present and future. It will also empower you to recognize the patterns trauma can cause and discover how to interrupt them for a new outcome. Little T traumas are those little things that happen that you may not feel were big, but they leave an indelible impression and they accumulate. As you grow and mature, they become part of your nervous system and inform your body how to respond to fear and other heightened emotions. Big T traumas are those life-altering events that usually don't go unnoticed. Throughout the 7 modules, there are tools, exercises, and guest teachers that will walk you through the ways that trauma shows up, have the awareness to see it coming, and the knowledge to change it. You'll learn how to build a relationship with your business and your inner CEO to work together instead of against each other. how your trauma impacts your clients, creating intentional, conscious containers that hold your messaging, marketing, sales, and pricing so you can understand how to do so without triggering someone else's trauma response. How to integrate this new way of doing business so you are operating as a trauma-conscious entrepreneur. We've got a few bonuses too. The Love Your Business School program tackles the areas of business where you're most likely to experience challenges so that we can create a path forward that is emotionally sustainable and financially successful. The 3 Whys, a brief ebook with exercises and real stories to remind us how to stay aligned with our business. Let your why be your guide. The Group Dynamics 101 workshop covers what it means to be in a group and how to build a safe container to go along with your offerings. Roles, responsibilities, boundaries, guidelines, and more. And of course, the Trauma Conscious Entrepreneurs Network Directory is a directory for all of the people who have completed the Do No Harm program to share their knowledge and expertise with a directory of other professionals that will go right into the Do No Harm website. So let's talk more about Do No Harm. There are 2 options available. The self-paced option is available at any time. It includes the 7 Do No Harm modules with lifetime access to the recordings, self-assessments, and the guest teacher sessions. The second option is a 6-month intensive. These are offered once or twice per year. They are high-touch, small cohorts. The intensive includes everything in the self-paced option, plus live orientation session, 6 monthly Q&A sessions, and monthly co-working sessions. It is really a personal preference how you like to learn and engage. Both offer the option to add on private sessions with me, and this came about because participants said that they needed a little bit more guidance at times as they work through the curriculum. Either way, by the end of this program, you should be able to recognize your own patterns of trauma that may be showing up in your business, how trauma might be showing up for your clients, and how to market and serve to do no harm. If all of this has you wondering about where trauma might be in your own business, you can get started right away by taking the Trauma and Entrepreneurship Self-Assessment. It's a great starting point to gain insight into how and where you might find trauma showing up in your business. It's totally free and available to download on my website. Visit my website where you can learn more about the Do No Harm program for trauma-conscious entrepreneurs. If you're ready to run a trauma-free business that helps your people, your processes, and your profits, sign up and let's make that a reality.